The suddenness of the noise made me sit bolt upright in bed. I reached for my face to touch it and check I wasn't dreaming. There was no mistaking the sound. It was a gunshot, and it had come from right outside our house. Straight after the shot, I heard the squawking of crows and could see them in my mind's eye, bursting in panic from the trees around the house. I jumped from the bed and rushed to the landing, hesitating there to listen. I could hear the crows still squawking in protest. Nothing else. There had been just the one gunshot, and the echoes from it had already faded into the night. Tentatively, stiff with fear, I crept down the stairs towards our big front door. Easing myself up the hallway, I pulled the heavy door slowly open and peered into the darkness outside. I saw and heard nothing untoward. There, in front of the house, was the hulking frame of Dad's pickup. Nothing strange about that, but my eyes were drawn to the space beyond the pickup, the other side of it that was obscured from view. My senses were electric with fearful anticipation. Dad used the rifle for hunting. I'd been out with him many times. I had no doubt that what I'd heard was a gunshot from his rifle, but he never went hunting at night. I moved closer to the pickup, the white stones of the driveway crunching under my slippered feet. I had to force myself to keep going. Everything in me wanted to stop, to somehow undo what was happening and bring me back to my nice, warm bed. But I knew whatever had happened couldn't be undone. The sense of dread and anticipation grew rapidly inside me. I checked the back of the pickup and saw just the usual mess of ropes, bits of canvas, things that Dad said might come in handy someday. Slowly, tentatively, I rounded the back of the truck. I prayed with all my heart that everything would be okay, but I knew deep down that it wouldn't. The gunshot, the silence, something was terribly wrong. My legs felt unsteady, but I knew I had to go on. Finally, taking one long, deep breath, I rounded the side of the pickup. What I saw made me gasp in horror. There, laid out on the shimmering white stones, was a body, the familiar features of which were twisted, the mouth hanging open, the expression one of blank horror. From his head, a small stream of dark liquid pulsed, almost black in the moonlight. His eyes, open to see whatever horror had befallen them, fixed a motionless bead on the blanket of stars that hung in the clear sky above. Somewhere in the background, I could hear voices as the others came rushing out the front door. My impulse was to scream and run, but I was stuck, mesmerized in a vacuum of horror.